Did you know that studies from the American Heart Association have shown that living with a dog can actually reduce your risk of heart disease? That's right. Just by sharing your life with a furry friend, you're giving yourself a healthier heart and a happier mind. But here's the thing. Most people don't truly realize just how deep the bond with dogs goes, or the hidden ways they shape our lives every single day. If you've ever looked into your dog's eyes and felt that unexplainable wave of love and connection, you already know there's something much bigger happening than just companionship. Yet, the real science and emotional truth behind their role in our lives will absolutely surprise you. In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful, little-known ways that dogs transform us as humans, beyond what you've ever imagined. And trust me, once you hear them, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. This isn't just about facts. It's about uncovering the reasons your dog may already be changing your life in ways you didn't expect. So, stay with me until the end, because I promise, these 5 things you didn't know about your dog's role in your life will move you, inspire you, and maybe even make you cry. First 1. Dogs reduce our loneliness in ways science can measure. Have you ever noticed how your dog always seems to appear just when you're feeling down or lonely? It's not just intuition, it's biology and psychology working together. Studies have shown that spending just 10 minutes petting your dog can trigger the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone. This is the same hormone that strengthens the bond between mothers and babies. What this means is that your dog isn't just keeping you company. He's literally changing the chemistry of your brain to make you feel loved and less alone. Loneliness has been described by researchers as one of the biggest health risks of our modern age. It increases the risk of depression, anxiety, and even early mortality. But here's the amazing part. Dogs break through that barrier in a way no other creature can. They don't need you to say the right words, they don't care about your social status, they simply show up, tail wagging, eyes shining, heart wide open. That presence alone is enough to reduce feelings of isolation. Now, what can you do with this knowledge? The next time you're going through a hard day, take a few minutes to sit with your dog in silence. Place your hand gently on their fur and focus on their breathing. This simple act not only calms your dog, but it helps regulate your own stress levels and reminds you that you're not alone. And here's the emotional connection. When your dog curls up next to you on the couch or lays at your feet while you work, it's not just a cute behavior, it's a declaration of loyalty. It's their way of saying, I'm here. You don't have to face life by yourself. Understanding this changes the way we see these small moments. They're not small at all. They're powerful reminders of a bond that science confirms, but only the heart can truly feel. Number 2. Dogs can sense our emotions better than we do ourselves. One of the most extraordinary things about dogs is their uncanny ability to read us. Scientists at the University of Lincoln conducted studies proving that dogs can distinguish between human emotions just by looking at our facial expressions and listening to the tone of our voice. That means when you smile, frown, or even let out a sigh, your dog is decoding what you're feeling and responding accordingly. Think about this. While we humans often struggle to recognize our own emotions, our dogs are constantly scanning us for signals. They notice the subtle shift in your posture when you're stressed, the slight hesitation in your step when you're sad, and even the vibration in your voice when you're anxious. That's why so many people say their dog just knows when they've had a tough day. It's not a coincidence, it's empathy in action, hardwired through thousands of years of co-evolution with humans. Now here's what you can do. Pay attention to how your dog reacts to your moods. If you're feeling anxious and you notice your dog pacing or looking restless, it's likely because they're mirroring your tension. In those moments, try slowing down your breathing, speaking softly, and offering calm touch. You'll be surprised how quickly your dog calms down too. In essence, when you regulate yourself, you're also regulating your dog. And here's where the emotional connection deepens. When your dog leans against you, nudges your hand, or simply stays by your side during your lowest moments, it isn't just coincidence or clinginess. It's their way of saying, I feel what you feel, and I choose to stand with you through it. This emotional mirroring creates a bond so strong that many psychologists now describe dogs as emotional support systems with fur. When you realize your dog might actually understand your heart better than you do at times, it changes everything. Those little gestures aren't just reactions. They're proof of a deep, invisible thread that ties your emotions to theirs. Before we continue, let me ask you something really quick. If you're enjoying this video and you've already recognized some of these behaviors in your dog, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Also, give this video a like. It helps a lot to spread this message to more people who love dogs just like you. And tell me in the comments, has your dog ever noticed when you were sad and came to comfort you? I'd love to read your story. Number 3. Dogs protect our health in hidden, life-saving ways. It's easy to think of dogs as loyal companions, but what if I told you that they might actually be protecting your health in ways you can't even see? Research has revealed that dogs can detect subtle changes in our bodies, sometimes before we even realize something is wrong. For example, trained medical alert dogs have been known to sense seizures minutes before they happen, or detect drops in blood sugar levels in people with diabetes. And here's the kicker. Even untrained dogs often pick up on these shifts through scent and behavior. Dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses, compared to our mere 6 million. That's why some dogs can detect certain cancers just by sniffing a person's breath or skin. Imagine the power of that. Your furry friend lounging on the couch with you might already be aware of chemical changes in your body that science is only beginning to understand. But it's not only about serious medical conditions. Daily life with a dog can also boost your immune system. Studies show that children who grow up with dogs are less likely to develop allergies and asthma thanks to early exposure to beneficial microbes carried in by their four-legged family member. What feels like muddy paws on the floor may actually be building resilience in the household. Here's what you can do. Pay close attention to unusual behaviors in your dog, like excessive sniffing at one specific spot on your body, or sudden changes in the way they interact with you. While it might be nothing, there have been countless stories where such behaviors turned out to be early warnings of health issues. Your dog's instincts are sharper than we give them credit for. On an emotional level, think about the reassurance this brings. Your dog isn't just guarding the house or barking at strangers. They're guarding you, your health, your well-being, your very life. Every wagging tail and nuzzle isn't just affection, it could be their silent way of saying, "I've got your back, always." And knowing that transforms the way we see them, not just as pets, but as protectors we never knew we had. 4. Dogs teach us the true meaning of unconditional love. When you come home after a long, exhausting day, your dog doesn't care if you made mistakes, if you failed at something, or if you're in a bad mood. They greet you with wagging tails, sparkling eyes, and the same overwhelming joy, every single time. This isn't just cute behavior. It's a powerful reminder of what unconditional love looks like in its purest form.
Humans often place conditions on relationships, expectations, disappointments, judgments. But dogs? They strip all of that away. To them, you are enough exactly as you are. Whether you're at your best or at your lowest, they continue to show loyalty and affection without hesitation. Psychologists say that this consistent acceptance can deeply impact our mental health, helping us build self-worth and resilience.
In fact, many people report feeling more secure in themselves simply because of the bond they share with their dog. Here's something you can do. The next time your dog showers you with affection, whether it's jumping up excitedly or just curling into your lap, pause and really take it in. Don't brush it off as routine. Notice how it makes you feel, and let that moment remind you that love doesn't always need words or conditions to be real. And emotionally, this lesson goes far beyond our bond with animals. Dogs model the kind of loyalty and acceptance we often struggle to give even to ourselves. When they look at you, they don't see your flaws, your failures, or your insecurities. They see their person, the one they trust, adore, and would follow anywhere. Their love is a living example of forgiveness and devotion, showing us every day that we are worthy of being loved just as we are. Think about it. In a world where love often feels complicated and fragile, your dog offers a version of it that is simple, pure, and unwavering. That's not just companionship, it's a life-changing lesson wrapped in fur. 5. Dogs give our lives. Meaning and purpose. Beyond companionship, dogs awaken something much deeper in us, the sense that we matter to someone completely. For many people, their dog is the reason they get up in the morning, the reason they go for walks, the reason they push through difficult days. Caring for a dog, feeding them, protecting them, playing with them, creates a rhythm of responsibility that anchors us, even when everything else feels uncertain. Researchers have found that people with pets often report higher levels of life satisfaction and lower risks of depression. Why? Because dogs create purpose. They depend on you, but not in a burdensome way, in a way that reminds you every day that your presence, your actions, and your love make a difference. Imagine the impact of knowing there is always someone waiting at the door, excited just because you exist. That's not just emotional support, it's the gift of meaning. Here's something you can do. Instead of thinking of daily pet care as chores, try reframing them as acts of connection. When you fill their bowl, realize you're providing comfort. When you clip on the leash, see it as an invitation to share an adventure together. These small acts are threads that weave a story of purpose and belonging. And here's the emotional truth. Your dog doesn't measure your worth by your achievements, your bank account, or the mistakes you've made. To them, your value is in simply being there. Every wag, every nuzzle, every joyful bark is a reminder that you mean the world to someone. And sometimes that reminder is enough to keep us moving forward. Dogs don't just add years to our lives, they add life to our years. They make the ordinary extraordinary and the difficult days bearable. In their eyes, you are not just a human. You are their hero, their family, their whole universe. And realizing that, that's the kind of truth that stays with you forever. So now you know, dogs aren't just our companions. They heal our loneliness, they sense our emotions, they protect our health, they teach us unconditional love, and they give our lives meaning in ways we often overlook. 5 powerful truths that prove dogs aren't just pets. They are lifelines, guardians, and teachers of the purest kind of love. And if you felt even a spark of recognition with your own dog while watching this, remember, these everyday moments are never just routine. They are extraordinary gifts, wrapped in fur and given freely to us. But this is only the beginning. Because while dogs give us so much, sometimes without realizing it, we do things that can hurt them too. And you need to know what those are. So, click on the video right here on your screen to discover the surprising things you might be doing that unintentionally break your dog's heart. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below. Which of these 5 truths touched you the most about your dog? I'll be reading your stories, and I can't wait to see how your furry friend has changed your life. Because at the end of the day, this channel is about celebrating that bond, the kind that science explains, but only love can define.